It's Phil Friedman from Friedman Adventures. We're going to drive less than an hour south of the San Ysidro border into Baja California because for 6 years, Dave Mirisch has been toiling to put together this absolutely wonderful, beautiful, comfortable resort that is just opening up. And Friedman Adventures, well, we're the first ones to take a look at it. It is a gorgeous place, and when you get there, you're going to feel like it's home. Without further ado, let's meet the man behind all of this, Dave Mirisch.
Dave, I feel so blessed to be here at the El Capitan Resort in beautiful Puerto Nuevo. And I'm not just saying that. Now, I've been here for a few days. You tried to throw me out, and you were unsuccessful. I came back.
I know, I came running back, couldn't stay away.
Like a boomerang.
But not only at El Capitan Boutique Resort, but you're with El Capitan.
Yeah, here's El Capitan
Here
Dave.
I am, in the flesh.
You have done this entire thing. We're going to talk about it in a moment. However, a lot of my audience comes to Baja.
Oh.
Lots. They come down here to go fishing. They come down here to help in the orphanages. We just met a guy who's doing some great work
My
down
friend
here.
Bruno.
Yeah. You're going to offer this place up for a fundraiser?
Yes.
My hat's off to you on that.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah. So they come down here, and this is such a unique place. I mean,
It is unique.
it's just opening up, and yet everybody that drives by here looks up and says, "What? What is that?"
Well, for 6 years now, everybody that comes past this point, hundreds of thousands of cars every year, more, I don't know, they've been watching this for 6 years saying, what the hell is it? Is it a house? What's it, a apartment building? What's it? And then finally I got my signs hung 2 weeks ago or so.
Yeah.
And now people are saying, oh, okay. And now they know.
Yeah, it's remarkable. It's so quiet and comfortable. Friend of mine, I was trying to get him to come down, and he goes, well, is it near like restaurants or is it near anything? I go, God, it's like the epicenter of Northern Baja. I mean, Rosarito, Tijuana, Ensenada,
Wine country.
Puerto Nuevo, the wine country. You got everything
Right
around
in the
here.
middle of all that stuff.
Yeah, and we talked about there's a zoo out in the wine country.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah, there's so much. This place has so much to offer. Where do I start? From the horse riding to the ATVs. Right there is the sand dunes down there. Massive sand dunes on the beach where you can rent the ATVs, the motorcycles, horses, surfing lessons, paragliding lessons, or, what do they call those little hang glider thingies with a motor?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking
And
about.
then they got, where they you surf, they pull you with one of those parachutes or what, all that stuff.
I know, totally. Yeah, everybody knows.
You got all that stuff right here. This is paradise. It really is. I fell in love the first day I came down here 8 years ago.
You're a neuropsychologist by
Yes.
trade, right?
Right.
How the hell does a neuropsychologist end up in Puerto Nuevo? What drew you here? And you are in the process of, this is your home now, right?
Yeah.
You're done with Denver in the U.S.
Well, I
you
got
still go
my
back.
practice up there. I have 3 assistants that help me with my work, and I have 2 properties there. Got some family there, so I'll be up there in April. I got to testify in court. Rarely do I have to do that in person anymore. The pandemic was a bad thing for so many people. It was a good thing for me.
Because you can do your work from anywhere now.
Well, I was brave enough to get on the airplane every week. I used to go back and forth, spend a week here, a week there. I did that for some 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, because I had to attend to this and I had to attend to that. But the pandemic happened, and I no longer had to appear in court in person. I could do it by phone or Zoom. It changed my life completely.
Yeah.
We tried to plan a trip to Cabo on the motorcycles for 2 years, and every time we'd have a 10-day window, I'd have to appear in court and I'd cancel everything. So the pandemic set me free, and the traffic was so light during that that I got a lot of stuff done. I had to collect so much furniture for these 6 apartments, so much of it from the little bazaars in Rosarito or from Craigslist ads in San Diego. So hundreds of trips with my pickup truck, and I'd take it right down there to that big building where I stored all this furniture for a year.
Wow.
While we were building a lot of these apartments, just saving up. Okay, this piece will go here. This piece of art goes there, and just 6 apartments full of furniture that I had to save up.
And gorgeous stuff.
Thank you.
I mean, you go into that Asian themed room. I went up there today.
It turned out nice, didn't
shot
it?
photos of that. I put it on my Facebook.
Everybody
today.
loves that one.
That's but they're all gorgeous.
They all have a different theme, thus boutique.
Yes, and you've got cooking, you've got a stove, you've got an oven, you've got
every
microwave.
unit is just like your own home,
Yeah,
with just as much kitchen utensils and all the modern things of modern life.
yeah. I mean, pizza cutters, right? You got that.
Down to the spices, whatever you need.
Olive oil,
Everything.
everything. And is there markets nearby here?
Well, yes, there's all the little grocery stores, but then we have a big, normal, modern grocery store 3 minutes away.
Wow, that's great. And of course, the beef here. I love the beef, and you can just buy, whatever it is you want to cook. But also, there are so many restaurants here. Tell us
Fabulous
about some of your
restaurants.
favorite restaurants, so you can let our people know.
The folks at home should look up Encanto Restaurant. It's just down here a little ways, minutes away. And the architecture is stunning. And it's right on the cliffs of the beach there. There's no beach, it's like cliffs, where the waves crash into the cliffs, and it's spectacular.
Beautiful.
But inside, whoever designed all that stuff, it really turned out well. So Encanto Restaurant I always recommend. Right next to it is Splash. Right between them is Portales, where people go and dance. And then there's a nightclub up above Encanto that is spectacular. Just the architecture. Whoever has that kind of money, I would like to meet this guy. Yeah. Because I could do some really fun things if I had that kind of money.
And
But
the food there is good too?
Well, for food, that's for
Ambiance.
and they have food there. But if you want quality, top quality food, the best restaurant I know in all of Northern Baja is in a trailer court.
I'll be darned.
I swear to you.
I believe you.
It's called Popotla, Popotla, Popotla Restaurant.
Yes.
It's in Popotla, the little town of Popotla. It's in the trailer park, Popotla Trailer Park. But it's the nicest trailer park you will ever see.
Clean.
Oh,
Everything's
security
immaculate.
guards, palm trees, everything is, and they allow people to add on and fix up their trailers to where they look like houses.
Yeah.
And with porches.
Wow.
And it's really quite a nice place. But the restaurant itself, the architecture is really quite nice. It's round, and it has a little like fire pit where 12 people can sit down there and be served their food. And then outside, they have the glass wall with outside tables right on the water. But the menu is something you'll never see. So look up Popotla Restaurant and check out their menu, and you'll never see a menu that expansive.
Really? So they have beef, seafood.
Of course.
You name it, right?
Mexican, you name it,
Wow.
everything. But the food is top quality. And the service, everything about that place. Of course, you'll pay a little more there than you will at Encanto or other places.
Yeah.
But you get it's the only place I know that has the best steak in Mexico. The steak is hit or miss down here. I mean, you got to know the right places.
Right. It can be tough.
You can buy the good stuff.
Yeah.
You can buy the medium price stuff.
Yeah.
They buy the good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know where they get it, but it is just exquisite. New York strip, the filet, the ribeye I have out there all the time is just perfect.
God almighty, you're making me hungry. You know that? Talk to me a little bit about the challenge of building this exquisite resort. How much trouble, how crazy have you been going over the last 6 years?
It sucked out my soul. I mean, what can I say? I started out here with just the intention of building a weekend home. And so I bought one lot, and I love the views. I mean, you can see for yourself that it's
Gorgeous.
the best views in Northern Baja.
Yeah.
And so I started out building, and I had one contractor that didn't work out, and then I tried a different contractor, and that didn't work out. So I paused for a year or so and said, what the hell am I going to do now? I mean,
Feeling kind of lost.
I was.
Yeah.
And it was like, what did you get into? You wasted a lot of money, Dave. Come on, what are you going to do now? And so my friend down here at the local hardware place, lumberyard, he said, well, let me introduce you to Alberto. And so I meet this guy, and we started out, and we have become a team that I'll tell you, I come up with ideas, and then we shoot ideas off each other. But this guy has skills like no one I've ever met, and I've been in construction my whole life.
Yeah.
You know, I built my own houses in Denver, remodeled buildings that I rent out now.
Yeah.
I've done all my life.
This guy is that good.
I've never met anybody like him.
Wow.
Look at the welding he did on this. The cement, this is hundreds of years this will be here.
Yeah.
It's insane. This guy's capacity.
These giant gates and everything around here. He did all that?
He built those,
wow.
Man. It's unbelievable. Okay, these shade sails, we just hung those a week or two ago. You can see for yourself the precision of his work. These, the glass, all the way around these columns and everything you see, the welding here, the artwork, it's all art. Everything he does is art.
Yes.
But it's a partnership.
Yes.
Because, for example, on this bar here, we were talking about, okay, let's build the bar. And I said, okay, but I want a half moon. I want a curve down there. So that's how this goes, the synergy between us. You know?
Nice.
And he says, okay, but I want it to slant back. See how it slants down like that?
Yeah.
I said, beautiful. I love that. I want a footrest. He says, okay, how about made out of rebar? I said, hell yeah, you're the artist.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's pitching. It looks so good.
So between the two of us, and you know, he's become like a brother to me. And this beautiful man, he says, you know, Dave, after we're done with this project, I'll never build anything for anybody again unless it's with you. And I said, I feel the same way.
Wow.
I'll never build unless it's with you.
What a nice friendship you have now, huh?
Well, look what we've done together.
God, it's amazing.
It took many years, but sometimes I think, are you out of your mind, Dave? And then people have to say, no, Dave, it'll be fine. People are going to love this place.
The interior decorating, who does all that?
Me.
Wow.
100%,
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, at the risk of sounding sexist, it looks like a woman did that. And now people go, oh, you know, not only women can.
No, the best decorators are gay.
Well, okay, maybe you're right, huh? Are you trying to tell us something?
Maybe I need to go to a shrink and see if I
You are a shrink. Just go up there and look in the mirror for a little while and talk to yourself.
I had a lot of experience from decorating 5 places in Denver.
Yeah.
My Airbnb's up there, so I knew what I was getting into.
Yeah.
And maybe I do have good taste. I don't know. They did turn out nice.
They're gorgeous. And we're laying over some of the footage from inside there as we're talking. And
okay.
People can see it for themselves, and I think they're going to agree. I mean, I've already shot some of that back to some friends, and they're like, oh my God, that place is really nice.
It was a labor of love, the culmination of my life.
Yeah.
All of my riches, all of my time.
Went right into this.
I'm running out of energy. I'm getting a little long in the tooth.
Keep going, Dave. This thing's looking beautiful. It's going to be crazy
you.
busy here pretty soon. I can feel it. Yeah. You mentioned Alberto and this friendship you have with him. And I think that's a nice segue into the Mexican population in general. Happy people, fun people. I love it down here. But there's some Americans that are real worried about coming down here still. Yeah. And I keep telling everybody, look, I've been going down there for 50 years. I've never had a problem. You stay out of if you want to find trouble, you can find it in Chicago, Los Angeles, Tijuana,
absolutely,
wherever.
Denver.
But if you behave yourself, you know, just come to El Capitan, you're not going to have any trouble, right?
There's not a thing to worry about down here, including Tijuana, which gets a really bad rap. I love Tijuana.
I do too.
It's got everything.
God, the culinary experiences there and museums.
The art scene.
Yeah.
They have like film festivals. They have all kinds of these right in front of the, there's this thing called Cecut, C-E-C-U-T, Centro Cultural, this cultural center of Tijuana.
Yeah.
It's this big dome that they built in the 80s. It's a beautiful place.
They have an IMAX theater around there somewhere?
Yes, they have an IMAX right there. And then they put, all those little tents all the way around for that they sell art or food or whatever. They do that several times a year with art exhibits in the rotunda or whatever it's called. But there's always things like that going on up there, and including Rosarito.
Yeah.
Oh, the festivals they have there, the Baja Fest, all year long. There, and then of course the Baja 1000, the Baja 500, all the races. There's just so much going on down here. So beautiful people, like you mentioned, the kindest, sweetest, happiest people you will ever meet.
Right.
And I've been in 18 countries.
Yeah.
As have you, I assume.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm in complete agreement with you. The Latin culture, because I've thrown my wife in there from Costa Rica, but the Latin culture but the Mexican culture, they're so warm and friendly, and anybody who's traveled down here for any length of time has had some Mexican guy come and save them in some predicament.
Right.
Flat tire, stuck in the mud, something.
Oh, absolutely.
And somebody's there. I mean, try that in LA.
Right.
You'd be there. That's why everybody's got AAA, because there's not anybody going to help you. No. And I suppose you want to spend the rest of your days down here in Mexico.
Absolutely. I was looking at this cremation service pamphlet today, and I was saying, oh, hell yeah, I'll pay that. And then my friends can just see right down there. They can just, there we go. Let's have a drink.
I'll have to come down, and that'll be the end of your podcast. We'll tag that on at the end of everything. I can tell you a story that when I met my wife in Costa Rica, one of the first times we went out, we were in a taxi, and we were driving down the street. And she says to the taxi driver, hey, stop. And then this little girl comes running, and it's her niece. And then just pouring out of her was this, oh, mi amor, oh, te amo, all this love, kind of like what you're talking about. And I'm like,
is this real?
Wow. That's what I want. That's exactly what I want.
It can almost be annoying. It's like, no, I ain't buying this. But yeah, it is real down here. And so, but that's it. I mean, the vibe down here feels safe, welcoming. People are glad that I'm here. That is the one thing maybe that my decorating skills have provided here, is that most people that take a moment to really get to know this place, you know what they tell me? That they feel comfortable here.
That's me. Honest to God.
Warms my heart.
Yeah.
It's like I did my job.
Yes, you did. Yeah, I felt that when I walked in that room. And when you tried to get rid of me today and I came back like a boomerang, I was like, oh man, I'm back home. That's how I felt.
But I think they'll feel that way with my service staff here, and with whatever vibe I put out. That's all I want. The biggest compliment I've had all these years of doing like my 5 Airbnb in Denver and all these here now is when people say, I had the best time ever. This place, I felt so, I'll never forget this trip. And I'm thinking, okay, that's the biggest compliment ever.
Yeah, for sure. So I hope I'm not making more work for you right now, but I'm going to ask you that somebody comes down here, it's their first trip to Baja, and they look out there. Can they sit and have a conversation with you about where to go and what to do?
Absolutely. I love that.
Yeah.
For 6 years up in Denver, that was the most fun. I'd go out on the patios. I have fire pits at all of my properties, and like I do here.
Yeah, I love it.
And they'll be sitting around having a beer and all. That's the most fun I can have, is come out and meet new people from cities that I've never been to. And we just start talking, and they ask me about, how'd you do this, whatever. And I ask them about their lives, because that's what I love, to learn about people. And so, I'll be around. But I've developed a very clear sense of when it's time to exit stage left, leave them to do their thing.
Yeah.
But if they want to have a little bit of free entertainment, I'm available.
You have a lovely couple here, Mike and his girlfriend right now from Colorado, his wife. And he was telling me this is his first trip out of the country.
Right. They would have never came here except for, well, you asked, so I'll tell you this quick story.
Yeah.
We were both into old 1960s Pontiac cars. He was way across the state. I saw something on Craigslist. I went way over to Delta, Colorado. We met, hung out, but that was like 20 years ago. I haven't talked to him since.
Really?
And then so he calls me one day and said, hey, Dave, you remember you had that one motor and this and that? And we get to talking. I said, yeah, I'm down here, and come on down sometime and stay on me, have a nice little vacation, because they were going through a tough time with her brother just died, and they had this. They are raising some developmentally disabled children.
Yeah.
And I said, come on, take a break. Come on down here, relax for a week. So that's how they're down here.
And they were at La Bufadora today. Man, he couldn't stop talking about the great time they had and how his wife was buying all these trinkets and everything.
They've been everywhere.
They've been all over the place.
Yeah.
He said they're having the time of their life.
Excellent.
And that's evidence of some newbies down here.
Yeah, he would have never came to
And I don't think
Mexico.
they even speak Spanish, do
No.
they? So that's not an issue down here, really, right?
No, and I hope to think that that's going to be the case for an awful lot of folks over the decades to come, where they're like, oh, I hear Mexico's dangerous, this or that, and it's like, no, I can assure you, we all feel very safe down here.
Yeah, I always do. So can we talk a little bit about the units? I mean, I think you have a jacuzzi outside of one unit. Or?
Right, this one right here has a jacuzzi on it's a big patio.
Yeah.
Very private, and it's their own private little paradise right there with this insane view.
Describe that view.
Oh, well, there's nothing like it.
I know.
You know, there's some really nice views when you come across the border and you make the turn around Trump's Wall.
Yeah.
And you start coming down the coast, there's some nice scenery, some nice coastline and things to see, but nothing like this. To me, I nailed it. This is like the view for Northern Baja. Right here, how it curves, and then over here it curves too, and you can see that from up on top, how it curves the other way. Beautiful views here, but especially this one with the mountains in the background. Sometimes the clouds and the fog hang over it a little bit. Pretty spectacular.
It is, and I actually came here a couple years ago or a year ago, and we went up to Cerro Coronel,
right,
and we hiked there, and man, I got my butt kicked by a girl that lives down here, Pita, and my son Patrick, but yeah, that was
right back here. Yeah,
that was so much fun. So anybody who likes to hike, that's a fun hike.
Yeah,
and that view when you get to the end of it is gorgeous, man.
Yeah, they say it's like 4 hours to get up to the summit.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna do it because I got other things going on, but if you're into that, yeah, we got that right back here.
I had to do it because I wasn't gonna let my son and Pita show me up, so I was dragging, but I made it. And then the whole acrophobia thing kicked in because you're supposed to walk out on this rock, which seems perilously hanging over a cliff. And I go, okay, you know, I always say okay, and then I get like 2 steps out. That's it. The F words start flying, and I can't control my mouth. And so Patrick and Pita got out there. I kind of got out there. But that's right here, and that's a great day of a hike.
Yeah, it's pretty famous. The El Coronel, the Colonel.
Yes, yeah, it's great. Can you talk a little bit about the wine country?
Oh, yeah, well, it's only a half hour away. They make 90% of wine made in Mexico is made right here.
Yeah.
And it's among the best in the world by all accounts. Any expert you talk to or read about, because they've been doing it an extra 100 years before Napa Valley.
Just move your jacket a little bit. It's on your microphone.
Oh, shit.
There you go. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
They were doing it 100 years before Napa Valley. Some Russians apparently came down here like long ago and taught the people how to make good wine. And then, of course, other wine masters came. This is way before Napa Valley.
Yeah.
And it has reached iconic status of the best wines in the world.
It has.
And they're not cheap. The good stuff.
What are you talking, like $50 a bottle?
No,
or?
well, anywhere, from 15 to 50. Yeah, you take your choice.
Yeah.
But even a $15 bottle of Mexican wine is excellent.
Yeah.
It's just so good. So there's 120 wineries. Some of them are multi-million-dollar affairs. Brand new big buildings with these huge cellars, wine cellars and wine tastings, events and things, but down to little boutique ones. I have a very favorite boutique one, Alximia. I believe it's spelled Alximia, Alximia, I think it is. It's the architecture is so stunning. But then Cielo is one of those massive places where all the fanciest people from Mexico are there.
Uh-huh.
And it's quite a scene. So there's 120 wineries. Take your pick. Some of them are really boutique with Airbnbs, cabins to stay in and things like that. But wine country is a must-see because you're only a half hour away.
And anybody who wants to do any fishing around here, the fishing is fantastic. And I'm going to tell Dave, you can pass my number out to any client you have coming down here and wants to know about the fishing. I will gladly fill them in. You have giant bluefin tuna out of Ensenada. You have incredible yellowtail fishing down there, a little bit further down also. Incredible surf fishing along these beaches where you can go to the beach and catch barred surf perch, which are delicious to eat. Mexicans love fried mojada frita.
That's excellent.
Yeah, and the angling opportunities, I know my crowd will be crazy about it. And then the great thing about this place is you can come here and cook your catch.
Yeah.
And put on a little party if there's not another event going on.
No, unlike a hotel.
Right.
Every apartment is a full kitchen. And then up on top, on the terrace up there, there's a massive kitchen where you can cook whatever you want. But right down the street here, not far, probably 6 minutes or so, we were talking about Popotla.
Yeah.
Restaurant and all that, the trailer park. Right past that is Fox Studios, where they shot Titanic.
Yeah.
And they have that ship, they have the Pirates of the Caribbean ship and all that stuff right there. And they have events there like fashion shows. It's really a fun place. Just this side, the south side of Fox Studios is where this massive fish market is. And it's just fun, even if you don't want to buy fish. Just to go down there and look at everything. It's really big. There's every species that you can imagine of shellfish and seafood and fishes, big and small, and it's fascinating. And you just buy it, take it home, put it in the oven or whatever, and bang.
Yeah, I think we kind of skipped over Puerto Nuevo itself. It's like a 5-minute walk if you want to walk, or you could drive.
Nobody's going to walk. I mean, but yeah, it's less than 5 minutes to drive there.
And you've got that's so well known for serving lobster, right? Estilo Puerto Nuevo.
Right.
Yeah.
It has a lot of fame. Rather than like in the U.S., you only get lobster that's boiled. That's the way it comes, and it's delicious.
Yeah.
But down here, Estilo Puerto Nuevo, and there's tour buses all in front of that place.
Yeah.
Huge parking areas. The people love going there for the many, many restaurants right there in Puerto Nuevo that cook the lobster that style, which is deep fried.
Yes.
It's a little spicy, little bit. Whatever they put in the oil, I don't know, but it's world famous.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. They say, "Oh, Puerto Nuevo lobster."
I know, man. Everybody knows, and that's literally right here, right?
Just right here.
So you're driving south on the road. You look over to the left at one point, you'll see the giant Jesus statue. Mm-hmm. And then you keep going. You're going to end up going past the Puerto Nuevo Hotel. Am I right?
Right.
And then you'll see a white bridge.
It's right here, that big white bridge.
And that's your landmark.
Get off right there, come around it, go on top of it, and you're here.
Yep. And right about the time you see that white bridge, if you're going south, you look up and you'll see this magnificent structure.
Can't miss it.
Yeah. In fact, the front of it looks like the bow of a boat.
Yeah. See how, isn't that funny how that just so happens to be the property lines.
You didn't design that?
No. I just was trying to maximize the property.
Yeah.
That I bought.
Yeah.
And it comes to like a bow of a ship. So, people over the years, and I've thought this before anybody told me, but people over the years keep saying you need to put boat anchors there and mount them on the bow of your ship.
You do.
So I went and I had a couple anchors built.
That's bitchin'.
And we'll mount those on Monday.
That's great. So the rooms themselves, do you have 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom? How many people can you what's the max amount of people for a room?
Right. There's 3 units that are 2 bedroom, 2 units are 1 bedroom, and then there's 1 studio apartment. So with just the bed space, the Murphy beds that fold out of the wall, just bed space, there's room for 30.
Wow.
But I have a lot of blow-up beds and foam mattresses if people want to sleep on the floor. So, some units are quite large.
Yeah, they all seem very spacious.
And if they want to bring extra people, we're ready.
Oh, that's great. It's so comfortable, and like you made mention, and like I felt, you feel really at home here, Dave.
Thank you.
No question. Are you finished working on this place, or is this going to be like the Golden Gate Bridge? You're never going to stop.
Feels like it. It really does. But no, the construction is done. Once we hung these shade sails a couple weeks ago, it was like, finally, all the big stuff is done. Now there's little things, and being right on the ocean, all this metal you see, going to be like the Golden Gate Bridge. I remember reading when I was a kid, when they finish painting it, they start over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to keep up with, and all this glass needs washed, and the trees need watered, and so yeah, we're constantly taking care of little details. But yeah, I'm done. All but the details.
You even do you provide like the shampoo and the showers and all
Yeah,
that
every
stuff?
little thing, the
Yeah.
coffee, the creamer, the sugar, the everything.
You have no idea how many times I go to a place and I get up in the morning, man, and I gotta have my cup of coffee in the morning, and I get up early. So
Yeah.
there's nothing open.
No, right.
And there's nowhere to get a cup of coffee.
So annoying.
And I get up here, man, and I'm like, this is freaking heaven here, man.
Yeah,
this is so good.
Well, I learned that in Denver at my Airbnbs up there, that you got to give the people what they want and need. And if so, you get good reviews, and you get to, have the kind of place that is going to draw the kind of people that you want. We had a party here a while back with for some girl that had her 21st birthday party, and she was from a really well-to-do family.
Yeah.
And she had like 70 of her little friends come, her young friends come, and they were all so well dressed, nice cars, so respectful,
Polite.
no problems, no over drinking and no problems. That's the kind of crowd I wouldn't mind having here.
I stopped by a convenience store today, and this kid must have been 10 years old. I walk up to the door, he opens the door, buen dia, and he's probably looking for a maybe, but maybe not.
Right.
And I got in my car, and then he looked out at me, and I go, hey, come here. I had to reward him because he was so courteous, so polite. I told him, I bet there's a couple of really good parents somewhere behind you.
You feel totally at home with these people.
That is awesome. So you're open for business, right?
Yeah,
Right? We can invite everybody down.
Yeah,
I'll put up phone numbers and everything.
Winter's over, and finally, thank God, and just in time, because it took till now for me to get finished right in time for tourist season.
Perfect. One thing you just mentioned, the girl that had her birthday here. So if you had an event that you wanted to put on, a wedding or a baptism, or you had 50 guys going fishing in Ensenada and they want to have a party.
Oh yeah, they'd love it.
They
here.
can do that right
Oh,
here.
hell yeah.
So you can rent these spacious areas with these gorgeous views and barbecues and cooking facilities,
Right.
and everything.
And there's 70 chairs and bar stools down here, and and tables, and there's 70 bar stools, tables, and chairs up on the terrace. So you could virtually have two things going at once if you wanted to. But down here, and up there as well, you have a stage where a band or a DJ could set up. I mean, have all the beer that you want, cold and ready to go. No, this place is designed to have the perfect event.
So anybody can just get in touch with you and schedule an event.
Right.
I would love to do something with a bunch of fishing guys, and come here and maybe even, make it a quasi fundraiser for. You're so into that kind of stuff. You do such great
I'm
work
hoping
there.
this place will host a lot of fundraisers, because if this place isn't rented for a particular day or weekend or whatever, and some like Bruno, who you met today, he's going to have a fundraiser here for an orphanage, and what better thing could this place provide than access to a venue to raise money for kids?
Right.
So I said, oh, hell yeah. And so we're going to do a fundraiser here soon for him, and anybody that has some noble cause that wants to have a fundraiser here, bring it on.
Dave, it's been a pleasure. Are you hoping that tomorrow I actually leave and don't come back?
If you don't, I'll take you to the border myself, dude. You're out of here.
It's been a pleasure, my friend.
Thank you.
Good spending time with you, and I highly recommend this place. It is absolutely a joy to stay here. I know you're going to love everything around here. These views are to die for. It's absolutely a dream.
I'm brand new, undiscovered pearl.
Yep. A blessing in my life.
In a few years, I think it'll be known,
Yeah.
a known place.
Yeah. But right now, we're breaking the news.
Exactly.
You got to come and see this place. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you for your help.
Appreciate it.